Chris Eads, known online as Wootini, here with another Gay Gamer video podcast. Lots to talk about this episode, so we're going to just jump right in. First, quick movie review. I went to see Maleficent 2, Mistress of Evil, I think it was called. And it doesn't matter, because she's not really evil, but they keep trying to say she is, but whatever. It was a good movie. I enjoyed it. It was a good, fantasy film. It got a little dark, which surprised me. Towards the end, it was getting, super dark, and I was like, oh my. But then, they Disney-fied the ending, and so it was, it was almost like Disney was like, no. Happy endings, please. And everything was all cutesy at the end, so. But for a stretch, it was, kind of a cool, dark fantasy. But the visuals are just gorgeous. I love the designs of all the, fairy creatures, and the set designs, and the creature designs, and everything, the world. It's very cool, and it looks amazing in 3D. If you have a chance, if you are interested in seeing this at all, I do recommend seeing it in 3D. It was clearly shot with 3D in mind. There are a great many shots that work really well in 3D. I would have liked them to push the conversion a little further and have things pop a little more, but what are you going to do? It just looks more gorgeous in 3D. So, that's actually a thumbs up for me. I kind of liked it better than the first one, I think, because it was able to free itself from the Sleeping Beauty story more, and do more of its own thing. Then as for gaming, I do want to mention some Dragon Quest. I do want to complain about Dragon Quest XI for just a second. So, I get all the way to Arborea. Spoiler alert if you haven't played it yet. But everyone already played on the PS4. And you get to Arborea, and I'm going to go take the 6 orbs up to the World Tree to advance the story. And the priest is like, "Hi, welcome to Arborea. Please come back when you have all 6 orbs." And I'm like, wait, what? And I checked my inventory. I only had 5. So, I was like, where the hell did I miss an orb? Because Dragon Quest is pretty linear. Even when they give you the ship and say, now go explore and find the orbs, it still funnels you in specific directions, so as not to send you off and fight enemies you're not ready for. And I'm like, what the hell? And I was like, there's two ways to fix this. One, I can go back to every single area in the game and check everywhere again to see if there were any areas or pathways that I didn't investigate at the time. Or I could just check online and see where it is. I cheated and went online. I looked up the orb locations, and sure enough, the orb I was missing, it's from when you get that magic key and you go open all the red doors. When I backtracked to all the red doors that I recalled seeing, I missed one. And wouldn't you know, that just so happened to be the red door, behind which was the final orb. So I could finally advance the story. Because otherwise I would have been, I would have wasted so much time trying to find it, and I would have gotten super frustrated, and it would have taken a really long time, and I probably would have ended up, putting the game aside, because I wouldn't have ended up putting it aside, because at that point, after a little while of frustration, I would have just looked it up online anyway. Thank God for the internet, because before the internet, you just had to, wing it. I advanced the story, I met the bad guy, and he's definitely a bad guy. And he did terrible things, and what should have been, the road to the end game feels like the middle of the game, because it's Dragon Quest. And I'm not even 40 hours in, I'm 37, I think. So, this is the halfway point, I feel. And now terrible things have happened, and now I'm actually enjoying this section because I am playing as Sylvando, which is super delightful and super gay. I don't know if it's because I'm playing as Sylvando, but literally everything everyone says to me now sounds super gay. I can't deal. it's just, this section of the game is cracking me up. I mean, he's amassing this group. He has a party of like performers, and they're dancing and singing, and it's all extremely gay and very fabulous. So I'm enjoying this section, and I'm going to enjoy this section for as long as it lasts. However, with Dragon Quest XI now, starting on Friday, I needed to start being more aware of when it autosaves and where save points are, so that I can go and make sure that my game is saved, so that I don't lose progress when I have to quit Dragon Quest, remove the cartridge, and put in Ring Fit Adventures. That's right, it's out! Ring Fit Adventure, the new fitness game for the Nintendo Switch, and I'm enjoying it. It comes with the 2 accessories. One is the leg strap that you put the Joy-Con in, and you attach this to your thigh so that it measures when you're running. And the other one is the actual ring itself, where you squeeze it and pull it and strengthen your arms. And it's surprisingly effective. Of course, being Nintendo, they're all very, it's like with the VR, the Labo VR, they're like every 5 minutes, every minute or so, they're like, are you sure you want to keep playing in VR? Because it could be very bad for you. Like, make sure you're okay. Here, like, after you play for like 10 minutes or so, do a couple of levels, it's like, would you like to stop? And I'm like, no thank you, I'd like to keep going, please. I'm barely breaking a sweat. I did sweat the first time when I played it. I brought it home Friday night and I played it and I broke a sweat. But then when I played on Saturday and Sunday, less sweating. I think probably because when I played it on Friday night I was wearing jeans and I wasn't, like, you know, in workout gear or whatever. So I was a little warm, and I think the heat was on Friday night too, so I was a little sweaty on Friday night. But Saturday and Sunday was okay. So far I've been going slowly, so I'm not like super sore from using muscles, because that ring uses muscles that I'm not used to using. I like it. I like the adventure. I've basically just done the adventure, where you're a guy or a girl who comes upon a magic ring, and then this magic ring takes you on an adventure to defeat this weirdly muscular dragon who apparently used to be a scrawny dragon, and the ring helped him, you know, to get fit, and now he's like a fucking roided out gym bunny who hates everyone and is like all roided out and just crazy. So he's all influenced by the dark power of steroids, I guess. So you run through these levels using the ring to like collect coins as you go, and then you run into enemies, and then you defeat those enemies by doing exercises like squats or leg lifts or squeezing the ring. And it's all very cute, and it's actually kind of fun and effective, and you're active and doing activities and being active, which I really like. The other thing that I really, really like is that when you start playing, it gives you the option. You can skip it, but it does give you a warm-up, and then afterwards a cooldown. You can skip both of those if you just want to quick play it, but that was one of the things about Wii Fit that was always like, I need to stretch first, and then stretch after. And it was on me to do that. And I like that in Ring Fit Adventure, it's like, hey, we should stretch. And then you do. And it's good. My only problem with it right now is that it's such bite-sized. On the one hand, it's nice to have bite-sized little levels where you play it for like, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, whatever. I don't think a level has been taken me longer than, well, actually no, because it's total time. So the levels only take like 4 or 5 minutes to play. So it's nice to have that. So if you only have like 5 or 10 minutes to play, you can do a level or two and just still stay active. But it's hard to really get your heart rate going and burn calories because you're not doing exercises for an extended period of time. You know, there's no, it's not like with Wii Fit where you could say, okay, I'm going to do the jogging in place and I'm going to do that for 20 minutes, you know, and that really burns some calories and gets your heart going. Here, you know, your heart rate is going up and then down and then up and then down, and you actually use the ring, the Joy-Con on the ring, you hold your thumb over the sensor, and that supposedly measures your heart rate. I don't know how, but I suppose it's like on my Samsung phone when you hold your finger over the flash sensor and that reads your pulse rate. I did check it, and then I would check it against my Fitbit, and for the most part, it measured equal to my Fitbit. So I don't know how accurate my Fitbit heart rate monitor is, but it's as accurate as the ring. So maybe it's accurate? I don't know. So I do feel like it's going to tone me with the ring and the exercises, but I don't know how well it's going to burn calories, because there's nothing where you're, like when you're running through the level, you're only running for like 15-20 seconds before you stop and you have to, like, you know, jump or fight an enemy or whatever. So you're not, there's not a constant movement of running, which, you know, and I haven't found anything in like the mini games or the solo exercises yet, because I only checked out the other sections a little bit. I did one where you could do like a little bit of, you know, you can choose like a target area, like your shoulders, your chest, your back, your core, aerobics, your abs, whatever. And the aerobics wasn't like super hard, you know, calorie burning. It didn't feel like I was doing a lot. The ab one, though, that I did, it's like a series of like 4 or 5 exercises. So the ab one, by the end of the last exercise, I was feeling that burn. So that was good. I liked that. So we'll see. I'm still working through it. I'm only on like world 3. And like within each world there's multiple levels. And I did go back to replay one level just because there's recommended levels, like you should be at level 7 or level 8 character to do this, and I was like level 6, so I was like, well, let me just go back and redo this level. Also, I wanted to get the extra bonus items that I didn't. There was one that I missed as I was running through it, so I was like, let me just go grab that. But it's fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm looking forward to exploring even more of the other things outside of the main game. I'm also curious to see what happens when you're playing the main game and you reach like the end. Like, does it give you like New Game Plus where you go back and redo it with like harder exercises? I don't know. I have upped my difficulty level a couple of times since playing because it's so far been relatively easygoing. So I'm like, give me a little harder challenge. I don't know what the difficulty level, maybe, I think it just makes the enemies harder to defeat because it's not going to make the ring harder. It can't give you more resistance or anything. It'll just make the enemies harder to defeat. But so far everything's been doable, even if I'm a slightly lower level than what I'm supposed to be. It's a lot of fun. You might want to check it out. I don't know. Come back next time and I will have explored more of Ring Fit. I've only had it for a couple of days. I need to get in a routine. My plan is I'm going to play it after work and then see if I can shift to a before work schedule, because then I can like do it, and if I sweat I can shower and go to work. The only problem is I need to check to see, because like today I had a lot of time to play it, and this morning, and well, this afternoon. And like I think I played for like 24 minutes of exercise. The problem is that's 24 minutes of, it's only counting when you're active. So that's 24 minutes of actually in the level doing things, not in menus and doing stuff. So like I think that probably took me close to 40-45 minutes to play. I need to check the time that I start playing versus the time I stop playing to see how long it'll take me to get a decent workout of 20 to 30 minutes in the game. Because that's a problem. So, come back next time. I'll have explored more, because I'll have had it for over a week, and not just a couple of days. and I can talk more about that and whatever other movies I've seen, and maybe some more Dragon Quest adventures, because I'm still playing that. In addition to this, annoyingly swapping out cartridges, but what are you going to do? Thanks, Nintendo. See you then. Bye!